The bobcat moved slowly through the cool, shallow mountain stream. His stocky torso swayed easily between four heavily muscled limbs. His head swung low between powerful shoulders. The cat's large paws didn't so much rise as slide forward as he followed the westward flow of the stream. The cat liked moving through water. Unlike the boulders and trees on either bank, water did not retain traces of the cat, odors that another predator could track to his den. Far more important than his own safety were the lives of the cats he had left behind. When the stream finally disappeared beneath the large rocks and mossy fallen trees of a wide ravine, the cat vaulted to the largest of the boulders. He took a moment to sniff the air. Then, with a great, sure-footed leap, he set out for the hills and valleys below. The muddy earth was cool beneath the cat's thick footpads. A stiff wind blew up along the weather-worn crags and tangled scrub of the steep mountain top. The wind ruffled the cat's reddish-brown coat and carried smells from the distant foothills. His flesh-colored nose wrinkled from left to right as it searched for the familiar scent of a cottontail or wild turkey. Since leaving its small cave, the cat had smelled nothing but damp earth, vegetation, and the distant sea. The cat's short, black-tipped tail swayed stiffly behind it, a sign to other cats that he was hunting. Ordinarily, a rigid tail would have been sufficient to drive rival predators from the territory, both bobcats and coyotes. But tonight was different. Tonight, there was hunger in the mountains. If it met another predator, it might have to fight for the mountain pass. The cat's rigid ears resembled tawny rose petals. Topped with short black tufts, the ears moved independently of one another as the cat listened for blats from a litter, the crack of a twig, a stone clattering down the slope, anything that might indicate the presence of prey. But there was no sound. Since the coming of the rains, many of the smaller animals had been washed from their burrows and nests. Even the field mice were gone. 2 or 3 would have been enough to calm his raging belly, and a few more would have fed his mate and her litter. The flooding had forced the cat to venture farther down the mountain each night, closer to bright lights and to strident, unfamiliar sounds. But at least the grass was higher here, and there were deep ditches and gullies, both caused by heavy runoff from the peaks. Ground fog was also thicker because of the rains. That made it easier for the cat to hide. As he neared a long, level patch of stone, the cat suddenly smelled something musky. He stopped and crouched down on his lean, powerful legs. His white underbelly nearly touched the ground as he settled into a springing stance. The smell rose and fell, moving from side to side, grew weaker and stronger. But it always came from the same place, on the mountainside. Pinpointing the scent, the cat turned his ears in the direction of the spoor. His luminous golden eyes peered through the mist. Silently he crept forward, and then he saw it. His prey was a shaggy creature moving at a slow, uncaring pace. The animal was slightly smaller than himself, though, not close enough to attack with a leap, not yet. It would have to be stalked. The cat ignored the loud sound coming from somewhere beyond the prey. Still crouched low, the hunter moved forward, swiftly and confidently. "Here, Ruthie!" Heather Jackson stood in the open doorway of a small foyer, shaking a half-empty box of dog biscuits. Dressed in jeans and a University of California Santa Barbara sweatshirt, she shivered as the uncommonly cold fall night wind stirred her long black hair and brushed her cheek. "Ruthie, please! Don't make me have to come and get you!" The tall 27-year-old actress and her 6-year-old Springer Spaniel shared a large, storybook log cabin 3,000 feet up in the rugged Santa Ynez Mountains, north of Santa Barbara. Except for the security bars on the windows, rooftops, satellite dish, electric wires strung to a pole high up the hill, and an attached garage, some mornings it was just too cold to go outside, and lately it had rained every damn day. Except for all that, the cabin was straight from a fairy tale. There was a glorious vegetable garden, hardwood floors nearly half a century old, a stone fireplace in every room, and an epic view of cliffs, valleys, and ocean that stretched clear out to the Channel Islands. Even on dreary La Nina, bad nights like this, the thick rolling clouds that covered the mountain tops were spectacular.